To Oracle, and this is a relationship reading for SR. SR has a very long letter. Basically, SR ran away from home when they were 14. They got married twice. They have two boys, and they got burned a lot. So they're in an untrusting situation to where they really don't trust the guys coming around, and they want to know if they can find someone that's mutually respecting and mutually trusting and can have a good relationship where the man can provide, etc., etc. So, Oracle card that we pulled was quite apt in this particular situation. By the way, it's my Oracle. It's called waiting for someone. So, yeah, you have that feeling of waiting for someone. It's one of those things to where you're going to have trust issues, right? You can't get burned enough times. You're sort of, got sort of burned or abused enough times to where it's difficult to trust. You're in a situation where you have to start to trust in order to get in a relationship where you can trust. So it's one of those things to where you're going to have to initiate that trust or initiate that feeling yourself, and you have to do it first. So I guess you can't really be in a situation where you distrust everything and everybody kind of thing and still be open and receptive to have a relationship. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a hard time to find that person, because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sort of come into the relationship in sort of in a distrusting manner, right? So you're going to have that distrusting feel, or you're going to have the issues with getting into a relationship, moving on with a relationship. And even if you do find someone, your first reaction is going to be, do I trust this person? Or if they do something unusual, let's say they're working late one day or something like that, you're like, oh, is he really working late, or is he cheating on me or something like that? So it's one of those things to where you're going to have to start the trusting process. Obviously not fully trusting and let's let everybody in kind of thing, but small steps at a time, right? So you're in a situation where you're waiting for someone, but from your verbiage, it seems like you're not in a situation where you can trust someone. You talk about being burned, you talk about this and that. At some point, you have to move past that and sort of get on with relationships and move past that and learn to trust again. Until that happens, you're going to have this weight on your shoulders. And the weight is going to be prohibitive, right? Because it's going to be very difficult to move on with a lot of weight. It seems like things get stacked, right? You have this bad relationship. You get hosed by the husband. You get hosed at this situation. You get hosed at that situation. And after a while, they start to build up, and you're carrying this. So the process that you have to sort of go through is to sort of start unloading logs from the stack, right? Sort of unloading logs and go through that forgiveness process. Even though they were terrible, they were awful, at some point you have to forgive and move on. So it's one of those things to where you're going to have to get into that forgiveness process and just go through that. Because let's say basically a lot of verbiage in the email was, I need this and I need that, and so basically I didn't hear you say that you were doing anything to sort of move forward or sort of work on the issues that you have. So I mean, we've all encountered narcissistic people. We've all encountered abusive people, and it's one of those things where you have to forgive those people and sort of move past that and go through that forgiveness process. And that's sort of here we have the feel here with the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles. I mean, a lot of things here that we have is you're trying to sort of survive. You're in sort of a survival mode, and it's difficult to move out of that survival mode, right? Because you've been in those situations, you've had the encounters that made you distrust and things like that. So you have to get out of that survival mode, and you have to get in more of a finding yourself again, or finding peace within yourself again, and not letting the people that got away with stuff like the ex-husbands and all the other things sort of take away part of your soul at some point, right? So you have that takeaway where they're taking away part of your soul, and that's a problem because you don't have that love or that not, I'm not going to say trust, but part of trust, right? You said, can I learn to be trusting again? Yes, you can learn to be trusting again. You're going to have to do that yourself, though. It's not going to be something where someone is going to swoop in and suddenly be the most amazing person ever. Even if they're the most amazing person ever, again, you're still going to have that distrust in the back of your head, and you have to move past that and get back the pieces of your soul that were taken away from the other bad relationships. And at some point, you have to be sort of in control of that. Obviously, you're not going to be completely trusting of everybody and everything, but you do need to just small steps, take a single step forward at a time and learn to forgive, learn to move on, and learn to love again. If it's really difficult for you to love, you're going to be in a relationship, but it's just going to be a physical relationship with another body, right? Just another body. It's going to be hard to get that connection again. Until you find that connection again, until you find that peace within yourself, get back the pieces of your soul through the process of learning forgiveness, you're going to have these issues. It's not going to be something to where you can't be carrying all of this load on your back. You can't be singly doing all of this yourself or carrying all of this load yourself. You have to start unloading it. Until you do, you're going to have major difficulties. And from your email, you've already had major difficulties, and that's why you're writing me. So, it's just one of those things. So you have to move forward. You're going to have to forgive. You're going to have to find that peace within yourself and get back the pieces of your soul that are missing, basically. So, good luck with that. Your story was a tearjerker. It's nobody should have to go through all of that. But, it's one of the things you just got to move on. Anyway, that's what basically the cards are saying. And again, waiting for someone's very apt as far as oracle cards to pull for this. Anyway, so if you would like a free tarot reading, please leave please email me at the email down there in the description, and I will do a free reading for you. We're converting to live stream soon, so hopefully you can get on a live stream as well and get a free reading as well. So thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and see you next time.